pick up those nice gains.
Second down and 1. Brissic's in motion, handoff, first man right through Demetrius Perry, the junior fullback from Houston, Texas, and they've got the first down close to midfield.
Last night, Roger, I took a look at a film that they watched before this game. The night before, it's called the Fields of Honor, and they're not only here, Army, as a...
I want to remind you, coming up next, it's the second half of our college football. On 2nd and 7, ball right up the middle. Brian, that's where Army really likes to get it done on the ground, is between the tackles.
They're happy, Roger, if they get 4 yards every time they run the play. It doesn't have to be clean, doesn't need to be fancy. But what that does, it gives them the exact play selection that they need for their next strategy. Other coaches, Roger, right here would throw a pass. I don't think they are.
Roger Twyville, Brian Holloway, Lewis Johnson with you. Big third down play for the cadets of Army. 3rd down and 3 at the 43 of Notre Dame. Ronnie McKay just took a timeout. Get regrouped. Brisick, the motion man. Demetrius Perry. Nope, they pitch it out to Brisick, and they don't get it. I'll tell you, they stopped the fake up the middle, and they stopped the run to the outside. Ivory Covington made the tackle.
And Ivory came up the field and forced that play hard. You did not see him break down. He took an aggressive attacking style on that tackle, and that can be dangerous. It was a great hit. He stopped him, but still.
They're going to go for it on 4th down. Army 6 of 9 on 4th down conversions this year. Makeda ducks his head. Going to be real close. He needed to get inside the 41-yard line. He put his head down as Ivory Covington came up to make the tackle, and it looks like it's going to be enough, and it is. And now they're 7 of 10 on 4th down conversions.
Roger, when you first look at Makeda, the first thing you say is, look at him. He's a tall, lanky bag of bones. But he has got a lot of tremendous body strength in that what looks like a thin frame. With his experience with the run and shoot, he likes to move the ball, run, and he can make decisions quickly. Great leader out there.
1st and 10, 40.
Look at it, don't know if he will return or not. And I'll mention something about the wind after this play.
All right, thanks, Dean. 3rd and 7. Oh, the screen pass. He has got room to burn. Perry brought down after getting the first down by Michael Ogden. Back to Dean.
Guys, the wind is behind Army, and although it's not that big of a factor, the wind above the stadium, rather, is blowing in the face of Army. And sometimes, even though you don't pass the ball, it's a good mental edge. And right now, the edge is obviously with Army.
And the clock becoming a small enemy of the Cadets with 4:15 to play. Now look at the sea of humanity today, a sellout crowd.
Army football joined an elite fraternity by winning the 600th game in its proud history in a showdown against North Texas in Texas Stadium, home of the world champion Dallas Cowboys. It was a homecoming of sorts for more than 30 of the native Texans on Army's roster. Junior fullback Demetrius Perry sparked Army's second-half ground game, scoring a pair of fourth-quarter touchdowns to cap Army's decisive 27-10 victory.
Now it's 3rd down and 2. Still no score. Neither team got a first down. Williams trying to change that, and he's very close. Bobby Williams out to the 27-yard line. This might require a measurement.
For their offensive team. This is an example. You can watch Solinsky, the big tight end right here. He's an excellent blocker. He helps open the hole, and the running back is led through, makes a positive gain that's just power off tackle football.
From Kinston, North Carolina, Bobby Williams has Army in business in Navy territory. Demetrius Perry in for Hewitt, tackled by Jervy Alota, but a good game. 7 more for Army.
It's interesting, Sean. They lose Joe Hewitt, their best football player, but they come back with Demetrius Perry, and they just keep pumping the fullback inside at you. That's why your defense has to play what they call responsibility. Somebody has to take the quarterback, somebody has to take the fullback, somebody has to take the pitch man on the option. It forces you to be simpler on defense and play more controlled.
And we should point out that Perry has seen plenty of playing time this year. He's rushed for 419 yards. They faked it to Perry and handed it to Rashad Hodge, and he has a first down. Down to the 13-yard line. Greg Gregory, the offensive coordinator, called him a tenacious blocker. Demetrius Perry inside the 10 and driven back from the 8-yard line. Jerviolota, Clint Bruce in on the tackle. Jason Coffey was as well. Included in Perry's season, a 100-yard rushing game. He had 127 against Rutgers. Army with 27 touchdowns in 49 possessions in the red zone. Bill's majoring in economics and minoring in Japanese at Navy. Demetrius Perry in for the injured Joe Hewitt, carries for 6 out to the 25. Second down and short, just shy of the 18-yard line. Play clock at 1 as Makeda took the snap. And Demetrius Perry carried short of a first down out to the 20. Tom Poulter made the tackle. From the 26, first and 10. And open, Brad Miller into the secondary. And he's taken down from behind by Jerviolota. Big pass play of 30 yards for Army, and they're in need of big plays.
Ronnie Makeda, he comes off the play action fakes here. Ronnie Makeda comes off the play action fake, and he finds number 5, Brad Miller, down the left sideline. This is what Army's got to do. They've got to loosen up their offense just a little bit. Down inside the 10-yard line for Army.
Each team with all 3 timeouts remaining. A minute 22 on the clock remaining in the half. Makeda forced to pitch it. Bobby Williams has a lead blocker, Demetrius Perry. He's close to another first down to the 25. Jerviolota and Robert Green combining on the stop. This might require a measurement. And they will bring on the chains.
Plays because he loves football. He doesn't play for the scholarship. They're not on scholarship. He likes to play football.
He's the oldest boy in his family, one of 3 children. His dad passed away when he was a senior in high school, and he chose the academy because it felt it gave him the best chance to support his family. There's Bobby Williams on the run. He will score. 81 yards and a touchdown for Army.
The touchdown run is set up by the wide receiver, Rod Thomas, along with the fullback, Demetrius Perry, number 23. They throw the key blocks. Rod Thomas runs the defensive corner off for Navy up here. Then he goes ahead, turns around, and makes a key block, which enables the distance for that run to take place. Do not have to be physical, like you say.
Second and 10. Makeda into the clear again. Looking for a block from Lashinsky. That block did not come, and he was tackled at the 20-yard line. Robert Green and Adam Creshawn prevented the touchdown. It's 45 yards for Makeda.
Ronnie Makeda came into the game today only averaging 3.5 yards a carry. The fullback, Demetrius Perry, he throws the key block on the linebacker for Navy, and then it's all Makeda in the open field.
Not really the textbook wishbone anymore. Second down and 6. Up the middle, Perry. Stopped short of a first down at the 11. second time he's done it against Navy. He has 126 yards now. That's one shy of his career high. Bobby Williams got smacked as he went leaping over a would-be tackler. Jervy Alota. 69,238 the attendance here this afternoon. That's the largest crowd for any game at Veterans Stadium since this stadium was reconfigured in 1986. Used to seat more than 70,000. Good drive underway for Army, but in danger of stalling now inside the 5-yard line. Third down and goal at the 3. What do you look for, Terry?
Sean, I think you get the ball into Ronnie Makeda's hands on the option play or a little play-action pass, figuring the Navy defense is all tucked in there to stop the run.
Looked like Navy coach Charlie Weatherby was expecting a pass with that gesture. It's right up the middle. Perry to the goal line. No signal. Yes, there is now a signal. A touchdown. And it looks like they'll go for 2 again. You could read Bob Sutton's lips about the right hash where they'll take the football.
Well, when Joe Hewitt, the starting fullback for Army, got hurt earlier in the game, Army lost their best offensive player, but Demetrius Perry, he steps in and comes up with a huge touchdown for the Army. That's what makes the Army-Navy game special. Unexpected heroes. Demetrius Perry, what a touchdown. He's going to remember that the rest of his career.
Now it's the Mids trying to come back, down by a point. Army with the football at the moment. It's Demetrius Perry who carried. Out to the 30. Makeda appears to be changing the play. Play clock at 1. They run it down to the last second frequently. Good change his final game at Army.
Also one of the team captains.
From the 25, 1st and 10. Army leads by a point, and they're moving impressively on this drive. Demetrius Perry down to the 22. Travis Cooley and Jason Coffey made the tackle as the clock runs under 10 minutes left.
Boy, the tradition at these academies, Sean, is something to behold. You know, you start talking about this Army team and Red Blake, the winning the season. This is how you play option football, with ball control and controlling the clock.
In the middle is Perry for another first down. Alota made the tackle, but it's a gain of 9 down to the 11-yard line. And Demetrius Perry's done an excellent job filling in for Joe Hewitt, their leading rusher, the fullback who was injured very early.
Jeff Ink, the right guard, he's going to pull and trap. He's the one that opens the hole for Demetrius Perry to get through. That's an excellent blocking scheme inside by the Army offensive line. They're beginning to really control the line of scrimmage.
6 to go for a first down, 7 for a touchdown. Right up the middle, Perry needed to reach the 1 for a first down. He did not get there. So now a decision for Bob Sutton with 4th down and a yard and a half. A field goal gives him a 4-point lead, and he's going to elect for the field goal.
Doug Chadwick, the left guard, is the one who makes the trap block that allows Demetrius Perry to hit the center of this Navy defense again. They've come back to this play 2 or 3 times in this drive, and it's affecting the Navy interior.
At the 3-yard line, that circle we had there on that hash mark.
Our first look at Army on the ground. And they pick up 5 yards. Demetrius Perry gets the start of the fullback. And let's talk about Makeda. 10:22 to play, opening quarter. After the timeout, Army steps to the line at the 26, looking at 2nd down and 4. First man up the middle, the fullback, Demetrius Perry, and a first down for the Black Knights. Spikes made the tackle for Army offensively. The quarterback, we've talked about this young man, very effective. Makeda in the backfield, Williams, Brizik, and Demetrius Perry taking over for Joe Hewitt. We should see Hewitt today. Ron Thomas and Lashinsky will get their hands on the football plenty today. And up front, not big but effective, Beard, Chadwick, Scott, Ink, and Frederick. Again, Makeda rides Perry into the line to pick up a 3, maybe 4 to the 37-yard line. Defensively for Auburn, up front, Dorsey, Brumbaugh, and Leonardo Carson out of Mobile, Alabama. Carson, a freshman. The linebackers, pretty darn good. Reese, Neal, Spikes, and Mostella. A young defensive back for Bray, Houston, Ware, and Creighton. Ware and Creighton, Rod, freshmen. Second down, 6. Makeda, the keeper, first down to the 45-yard line. And a little bit of slip and a little bit of slide on that play.
Yes, Lashinsky is a guy who is good enough to play in the NFL. You know, he's a big, good blocker and a good receiver for Army.
Many pro scouts rank him one of the top 3, maybe top 5 tight ends in the country. Army back to their ground game. Perry, the ball carrier. Ricky Neal, number 50.
You know, the interesting thing about Lashinsky is
running under 13 and a half minutes to play. Straight ahead. Demetrius Perry, and he was hit by Brumbaugh and Carson.
Yeah, but, you know, Charles Dorsey, number 91, though, is the guy who made that play. I mean, defensive linemen who don't make tackles sometimes are up there making good plays, allowing their teammates to make tackles. And 91, Charles Dorsey did that this last time and has been doing it all game long. Doesn't get a lot of attention, though, unless you make the tackle, right?
Third down and 7. Inside the 5 to the 1. Touchdown. It was a late call, but Perry bulls his way in for his 7th touchdown of the season.
Not as bad as it looked in real time.
Army at the 17-yard line. Perry knocked down by Neal. He's in double digit for tackles with 10. Ricky Neal. And that's right at his season average. Now you look at linebackers and you see Spikes with 119 tackles and Ricky Neal at 111. And your two middle linebackers, right? That's 230 stops between the two of those guys.
Yeah, hard-nosed guys. They can handle it, though.
3-yard gain, second down, 7. Straight ahead football. And game tackling by Auburn. Demetrius Perry again. Spikes and Neal.
You know, we talked about offensively what Auburn has coming back next year, but their defense, again, will lose in this second. I go back to the option. I run the option here.
Makeda. Straight up the middle to the 10-yard line. Now, if they have to, of course, you're thinking field position for the field goal.
Right, and they can always spike the ball, too. They have a second down now. The clock should be stopped because the guys are milling around. Yeah, they're going to stop the clock now. They lost about 3 or 4 seconds there, and they probably should have stopped the clock. Okay, so you've gone ahead and you spiked the ball. Now you've got a third down here, Craig. You go ahead and take a shot at the end zone if you're happy with where you are on the field. If their place kicker likes where the ball is, I think you go ahead and take a shot to the end zone. If he doesn't like where it is, I think you go ahead and you run the ball again to make sure you wind up with a dead-on shot that he likes. I mean, you've come this far back. You got to like your chances in overtime. And remember, Craig, this is the field goal post that's crooked.
And it's leaning. This will be a 27-yard field goal attempt. Good snap. The kick is up and no good.
A 27-yarder. He missed it.
And no one feels like Joseph Parker. You know, the scenario was perfect. 18 of 21. Only missed 3 field goals the entire season. And he can't find it from 27 yards.
Well, they were a little bit rushed there. They went for it on third down instead of a fourth down. I thought we talked about maybe the shot, taking a shot in the end zone, and if you didn't get it, then come out and kicking. They had no more timeouts left, so they couldn't run the ball back to the middle of the field. So they went ahead and did it, but look at this man here, Bob Sutton, talking to his young